love Illinois. We love Illinois. We love Illinois. So you have a big, big building in Chicago. You know that building, right? Trump International Hotel. Number one. Look at those people back there. Wow. Wow. Well, I want to thank you all for being here. We have a big, big week coming up. We have a big century coming up. We have a big decade coming up. We're going to do some things that are going to be amazing, and we're going to take our country back and make America great again. We're going to do it. So, thank you very much, folks. And on Tuesday, you have to do one little thing. Go out and vote. You know, we have, and it's not me, it's we have a movement going on that's not seen before. I mean, they have not seen, even the media, the very dishonest media will tell you, there has never been anything like we have going. Never. Never happened before to this extent. And you see it in the primaries. You see it in the polls. You see it all the time. You see it in the polls. Millions of additional people are going to vote. Millions on the Republican side. And they're not it's not, by the way, I have to be honest. It's not for Marco. It's not for Ted. It's for us. It's for us. So a lot of things are happening. And, you know, this all began in June when I said, got to do it, got to do it. You can't take it anymore. You see what's going on. You see these horrible trade deals. You see the deal with Iran, maybe one of the worst deals I've ever seen of any kind. We give a terror nation, Iran, $150 billion. We get nothing. We get nothing. Those deals, it's not going to happen anymore, folks. Not going to happen anymore. You have your industry moving out. Illinois is a big example of it. You know how badly things are doing. I mean, you are a great example if you really think about it. Your taxes are through the roof. Your companies are leaving you. You got nothing going. We have nothing going. Throughout the country, largely, we have nothing going. We have higher taxes every year, higher taxes. And honestly, you guys are really one of the big factors. Ohio's not doing well. You know, Ohio likes to talk about how they've stabilized. What they've done in Ohio is raise everybody's real estate taxes so high that they're choking. And then they say, oh, we didn't raise taxes. No, they raised real estate taxes. And, you know, what he did is he approved NAFTA. NAFTA was the beginning of the end. Companies moved out, and Governor Kasich, you know, he went out and he approved NAFTA. And NAFTA was a disaster. Now he's in favor of TPP. TPP, think of it, TPP is even worse. It's going to kill so many businesses in our country, destroy our jobs. Folks, it's time to stop. We've got to use our head. Now look, just so you understand how bad TPP is, and I'm just going to say it for a second because a lot of people, it's called Trans-Pacific Partnership. It is a disaster for our country. And what you have is you have other countries basically sucking away our money, sucking away our jobs. You're closing down your factories and your manufacturing plants, and we're going to stop it. We're going to keep our business here. We're going to bring our business back. We're going to bring jobs back to America, folks. We're bringing jobs back to America. So, yesterday, I was in Ohio. We had amazing, amazing days. And I was in Cleveland, which was that we were greeted so warmly. And by the way, you would never believe that if you listen to the press. And every once in a while, we'll have a protester get up, say something. Usually it's staged, okay? Usually it's staged. But they'll say something. We stop, and we have fun. It's okay. We have fun. But you listen to these guys. I watched the morning shows. I was on the morning shows. Mr. Trump, it's terrible. You know how many people have been injured at our shows? Nobody. Nobody. We have 25,000 people and 20,000. 2 weeks ago in Alabama, we had 35,000 people. And people stand up. And do you ever notice? I guess I'm getting soft. But I'll tell the police. Do we love our police, by the way? They're so good. And we don't get them out. The police take care of things. But I'll say the plea, nice and easy, don't hurt the person. But then every once in a while, you get a person that's sort of violent, likes to hit people, likes to swing, likes to do things. So you'll be a little bit tougher, and they'll say, why did you, this morning, why did you treat that person so badly? Well, the person was violent. You know, we're supposed to be. By the way, could you imagine if some of you went to a Bernie rally, right? If you went to a Bernie rally. Number one, folks, his crowds are going way down. He's pretty much finished. He got a little lucky last week. He's going to keep it going. But I really would rather run against Hillary, to be honest with you. It's going to be more fun. And she's probably going to be allowed to run, even though she should not be allowed to run. She shouldn't be allowed to run. She truly shouldn't be allowed. But anyway, but how about this? If we went to a Bernie rally, you know what? It's incredible. We have protesters, some of whom are so mean, so loud, so vicious, they stop us from really our First Amendment rights, right? Freedom of speech, you can't talk, they're screaming. There are very few of them, but they are bad. Now, you hear about a couple of, one in particular, vicious, swinging. Well, guess what happened? Our people started swinging back. The next day, we were the bad ones, and it was like this innocent guy, and I was standing up here watching. He had a voice like Pavarotti, but he was hitting people. And when we hit back, we're the bad ones. Always we're the bad ones. Now, change it around. You go to like a Bernie rally. I wouldn't bother with Hillary because Hillary doesn't get too many people, to be honest. There's no fervor. There's no fervor there, folks, no fervor. But if you go to a Bernie rally or a Hillary rally, let's put her in, okay? You go to one of these rallies and you protest, oh, you'll be in trouble. They'll lock you up for the rest of your life. They'll give you the electric chair, and they'll say, poor Bernie, oh, poor Bernie, he had to endure this. With us, they don't say that. I'll tell you, with us, they don't say it. So we did something that worked out to be actually very good. We had 25,000 people coming to a rally in Chicago, and we made, right? Oh, a lot of you. Oh, wow. Whoa. Whoa, I love you folks. Look at you. Wow. All right, so we're going to make up for lost time, okay? That's amazing. That's amazing. So we had this massive crowd of people, and we had protesters that immediately came. In other words, you know, Ayers was there, who wrote Obama's book. They say he wrote the first book, the good one. You know, that's what they say. Who knows if it's true, but they say he wrote the first book. But Ayers was there, troublemaker, and yet a lot of people there. They had all of the Bernie signs made right from a printing press. Everybody had them. They were handed out. But you had a group of people, 3,000 people, and maybe even more, and they all showed up. Did you notice? Some of you were there. They all showed up like at the same time. It was totally organized. Troublemakers, troublemakers. You know, the truth is, they're disruptors. They're really disruptors. They're not protesters. They're disruptors. They're supposed to disrupt, okay? Don't worry about them. I don't hear their voice. You know, I told somebody, our rallies are so big and we have so many people, I never hear their voice. I only hear our people's voice saying, there they are. There they are. Don't worry about it. Let's find out. If they have a big voice, we'll stop and the police will take them out of here, okay? Let's hear your voice. Go ahead, let's hear it. Can you have any voice? Come on. You have any voice? I don't hear much of it. So in Chicago, what happened, very nice, but we did a cancellation. We did a postponement. Maybe I can say we did a postponement until today because you're all here, right? I'll say till today. That way I get away with not having to do it again because I will do it again. But in Chicago, we postponed. Now, the fair television and the fair media said we did a great thing because you would have had a pretty big skirmish. People could have been hurt, and who needs it, right? So we canceled. What I felt badly about is some people got there 10 hours early, 7 hours early, like you, right? It's amazing. I mean, you got here 7 hours early today. You know, they get here at 5 in the morning. Can you believe it? I only hope, fellas, I only hope it's worth it, okay? We've got to give them their money's worth. So in Chicago, we did a cancellation. All right, get them out of here, please. Get them out. Get them out. You can get them out. Thank you. Thank you. Get them out. And we did a really great thing. Nobody hurt, nobody injured, no problems, but very inconvenient. You know, you talk about freedom of speech. You people you couldn't be there. So I went on the shows this morning, and they said, Mr. Trump, you're provoking. I said, what am I doing? 90% of the time, I'm telling the police, take it easy, don't hurt them, just take it easy, don't hurt them. And, you know, it's one of those things. But we're not provoking. We all want peace. This group, is that true or what? We don't want trouble. We don't want trouble. We don't want trouble. I will say, with all of that being said, and that's 100% so true, but with all of that being said, we're being disenfranchised so much in this country. People, their jobs are being taken away. Their companies are being shipped down to Mexico. You're stuck here, and Illinois is a great example, but you're stuck here with high taxes, no job, a house that you can't pay the mortgage on. I mean, I know what's happening. And even very successful people are being wiped out. You saw what happened to Carrier, air conditioner. 1,400 jobs, bye-bye, you're gone. We're moving to Mexico. Now, look, a lot of the so-called conservatives, you know, they call them the elite. They're elite. They don't have 10 cents. They're elite. Now, you tell me a little question. They are elite, right? These are the elite conservatives. Do you think they have an airplane like that? I don't think so. So if they don't have an airplane like that, they're not elite, I guess. I always hate to hear they're elite, the elite people. Give me a break. And by the way, just so you know, the elites are calling me all the time. They want to work a deal because, you know what? They have never seen anything like this happen. Millions of people are going out to vote. They're going out to vote for me. But millions of people, and people that they don't even know about, the biggest names in the Republican Party are calling behind their back. The media doesn't know, and they want to work a deal because they see what's happening, folks. Really, really important that you go out and vote. Really important that we win Illinois. Really important if there's people from, anybody from Ohio? Anybody? Nobody. Well, for the 12 people from Ohio, you better go out and vote because we're going to do a much better job than Kasich. That I can tell you. But you got to go out and vote. So, you know what is happening is we're doing something that is being talked about. It's the biggest story in politics. Millions and millions of people, millions, are going out and they're voting. It's never, ever happened before. And the people that are voting, interestingly, the people that are voting, many of them have never voted before. And I see them. Sometimes I'll shake hands up here or I'll sign autographs. And people say to me, 40, 50, 60 years old. One woman in Tennessee, 93 years old, she never voted. She said, Mr. Trump, you're the only one I've ever felt I wanted to vote for. And we are getting thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that never voted before. We're getting tremendous numbers of people from everywhere. Guess where? The Democrats. Now, we're up millions of people. We're getting independents, we're getting Democrats, we're getting people never voted before. The Democrats are down 35%. There's no spirit for the Democrats. We are going to win a very big election. Do you remember when they had Democrats for Reagan? We've got Democrats for Trump, and I'll tell you, it's going to be much bigger than Democrats. And I love Ronald Reagan, but it's going to be much bigger than Democrats for Reagan. We are getting massive numbers of Democrats. A friend of mine is a big movie producer in California, very liberal guy. He said to me, and he has a lot of power, very powerful guy out in California. He said, Donald, you have no idea. California, oh, that's okay, leave him alone. Got no voice. Fellas, leave him alone, leave him alone. Look at that person, that foolish person. All right, get him out of here, get him out. Get him out. Send him back to Bernie. Send him back.